A roundup of the latest news now. Here are our top stories. As the so-called Omicron Covid-19 variant spreads, Amazon and Pfizer have confirmed that they jointly developed the new strain. We'll be speaking to the CEOs of both companies. Being economical with the truth, we look back at British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's best lies of 2021. Premier League football matches at further risk of Covid disruption over the festive period. We'll be speaking to the managers of the top three sides. And with further Covid-19 related restrictions expected in England after Christmas, we'll be speaking to two school children for their views on the pandemic and the potential return of homeschooling. More on those top stories to come. First to the rapidly spreading Omicron Covid variant found in South Africa. Tech and pharma giants Amazon and Pfizer have admitted developing the new strain to boost profits. I'm joined from Beverly Hills by Jeff Bezos, Amazon CEO, and from New York by Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla. Thank you very much for joining me. Albert, let's go to you first. It's a little bit controversial, this, isn't it? Developing a new strain to boost sales?
Hello, Bo. Well, that's one way of looking at it, but come on, the pharma industry and Pfizer in particular is no stranger to shady activity. As you know, Pfizer has bullied Latin American countries to get them to buy its COVID vaccine. We have sold asbestos. We have killed children in Nigeria. I mean, where do I begin, Bob? But of course, we have done so much good as well. For example, we have maintained erections across the globe. We have rolled out a massive vaccination program, one of the most effective vaccines, We have saved countless lives and sex lives.
Jeff, surely this is a moral outrage, damaging reputationally, and will be the source of litigation.
Hey, Bob, we think we're actually, we're striking the right balance between variant creation and vaccine improvement and rollout. Pfizer does the medical stuff in the lab. We help with distribution. We chose South Africa as a starting point because the rule of law there tends to be fairly, easy to manipulate. And yeah, Africa, as Albert's already said, has throughout history into the present day been a great playground for big corporates like us. We want to create real Christmas spirit. I mean, it's a real shame, heartbreaking, to see main streets in big cities across the world devoid of shoppers this holiday season. So that's where Amazon comes in. Like Pfizer, we see or create a need and we meet that need. Right, Al?
Exactly right. We look after you if you look after us.
What are your COVID plans for 2022?
So now we are on Omicron. That is the 15th letter of the Greek alphabet. I think next year we will be going for a variant by the name of Pi, which is the 16th letter, like life of pi or pi in mathematics. Another Greek word, by the way. English is full of them.
Okay. When can we expect the Pi variant to arrive?
Obviously the summer should be Pi-free. It's what we call the dry period when it tends to be harder to justify a new variant. So we're thinking just under a year from now. It's about the same time next year.
Albert, Jeff, thank you. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been criticised recently for untruthful statements he appears to have made. With the pressure on the British PM mounting, we look back at some of his most spectacular misrepresentations of fact.
We'll be saving the princely sum of £350 million a week on leaving the EU. We're not intending to lock the country down. There are no plans to lock the country down again. There are absolutely no plans for a third lockdown. It most certainly was not a party. It was a work meeting. I've said all I have to say about that. I have no idea how the payments for the renovation of Downing Street were made. Petronella Wyatt, never heard of her. We have concrete plans to build 40 hospitals by 2030. James Dyson. Of course I know who he is. I've never exchanged messages with him.
Joining me to discuss the PM's future is our political analyst, Tim Esup. Tim, will the PM resign?
Hi there, Bob. I doubt it, to be honest. I mean, he's made an entire career out of being economical with the truth. Yes, he's faced a little more heat in recent weeks, but I can't see him resigning or indeed there being any viable replacements within the Conservative Party. And ultimately, I just think this country will continue to allow his compulsive lying and, quite frankly, evil to masquerade as harmless public schoolboy buffoonery.
Tim, thank you. With a number of Premier League matches postponed in recent weeks, the prospect of further disruption over the festive period looms large. Joining me via video link to discuss the issue are Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, and Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel. Let's start with you, Pep. What do you think of the typical December Premier League fixture list?
Hello, Bob. Sorry to say, but I think it is crazy. I've managed in Spain, in Germany. They don't have this high-pressure, packed, game-after-game schedule, and every year here it's the same. Totally insane.
Jürgen, do you agree, and how has COVID impacted things?
Yeah, I agree with Pep, but that might be the only thing I agree with him on. No, to say the truth, Omicron has been a blessing in disguise for the squad. Now at least we don't have to play 6 games in 4 days. So yeah, thank you, Jeff and Albert.
Thomas, you've had a tough run of form recently in Europe and domestically. What are your thoughts on the December fixture list?
My thoughts are nothing special. You English always say, if you have nothing good to say, don't say it. So I will say nothing.
Pep, Jürgen, Thomas, thank you. And finally, with COVID cases surging throughout the UK and the Omicron variant continuing to spread, the prospect of a return to homeschooling for pupils when schools reopen in January has not been ruled out. I spoke to 10-year-old Hannah and 7-year-old Mohammed to get their views on how COVID has impacted their education. So you're both obviously off school for the Christmas holidays at the moment. How have you both been spending your time?
Good.
What have you been up to?
Playing on our phone and watching TV.
That's not true. Oh yeah, it's true.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm trying to talk like a lady in news.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And what are your thoughts on the current COVID situation in the UK and the Omicron variant in particular?
What does that mean?
My thought is to stay at home because we didn't even get any vaccination yet. So I can stay at home and play lots of games.
Okay. And when schools reopen in January, there is talk of pupils potentially being homeschooled again. And now I understand you were both homeschooled last year or earlier this year as well, during the previous lockdowns. Do you think that would be a good idea to be schooling from home again?
No.
Oh, we've got different answers here. Yep. You think no?
No. Yes?
Oh,
Wait.
Now you think yes?
No. Yes, no.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Why do you think it would be a good idea?
I don't know, because I'm very
Because
good.
we can hide our phones anywhere. I just found a few new places to hide my phone. So
Is this because your mother limits your time on the phone?
yes.
Right.
So if when I'm doing my homework, so literally I could jump to where I hide my phone and get it out.
Okay, good.
And I'm...
Yeah? No. Okay. And then the next question then is, are there any well wishes you'd like to pass on to our listeners for Christmas? Any Christmas greetings?
Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Okay. Hannah, Mohammed, thank you very much indeed.